Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Johnny Lawrence, your host here at the Morning Mug. No mercy on fun. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all, but, broke out the old Johnny Lawrence. Get the golden wig going for you. Sorry for the late start. All kinds of good technical difficulties this morning, as it would be here on Halloween week. Spooky stuff, gremlins in the computer, but hey, we're here. We're ready to go. And it's going to be fun, going to do a lot of the use, but, in Johnny Lawrence farm, see, you didn't know what was coming. Yeah, I put Beetlejuice on the thing, and then you expect Beetlejuice, but is it a Ghostbuster? Is it this? Is it? You never know with the old huckster, man. So, look, just trying to keep it live, keep it fresh, but I do have the Ghostbuster mug right there. So, sporting all kinds of Halloween goodness. Halloween's coming up in just a few days. So, yeah, man, it's going to be so much fun. So, what about y'all? Are y'all going out for trick or treating? Do you still do that? Or do you hand out the candy and all that good stuff? Let's talk about all that good stuff right here, right now. Grab a drink, grab a snack, because it's time to get you spooky on for this morning's Morning Mug. Bob, if you would, please. Hey, my friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now, let's chat. All right, y'all, you know the drill. How does it look? How does it sound? It has been literally a morning with StreamYard here. I couldn't hear my audio. I thought it wasn't even working. I'm like, I just got to go live and hope that it's testing 1, 2, working. But by golly, I hope it is. Let's see. I should just check real quick. Listen to my. All right. There's my gums flapping there. Sounds all right. Okay. All right, y'all, let's get to it, man. The best part is coming into the cafe, open the door, the little bell rings, and who walks in? Let's check it out. Look at that. Dimension Scott's got the first seat this morning. Hey there, Hux. The movie's over. It's been over a week. The move. Oh, nice. Sorry, just saw movies in the brain. How did it go, dude? I hope it was a smooth move and you're all tucked in and you got a nice place for all your physical media. Oh, sucker punch. That's right. Channel my inner Johnny Lawrence today. It's a good looking haircut, right? I should grow my hair out all blonde. Goes with the eyebrows. All right, let's keep moving. Hey, good morning, Huck. How are you today? I'm pretty good. I moved for Friday. I'm nice. And I'm done paying my bills, doing grocery shopping. Nice. 300 left. That's good. Careful, don't spend it all, bro. Today I'm going to go see Chris Stuckman's movie. I saw a Springsteen movie over the weekend. Enjoyed it. Yeah, I may get out to see that. Kelly girls here. What's up, Kelly Gertz? Let's see. Good morning, and friends. Watching the husband's car, new tires. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to get snow tires and all that jazz. Oh, man. That's got to be rough. Saturday went and saw Chainsaw Man. That was #1 movie this weekend. You added to the collective. I did not see that, but boy, there's a little following. You never know. These little anime movies pop out of nowhere. I've never heard of it. I've seen no publicity. I see no trailers when I go to the movies. I go to the movies every weekend. Nothing. And it doesn't matter because the audience that's there for that movie knew it was coming. And look what we got here. Collector Movie Man has become a member today. Well done. Welcome to the show, bro. I shall be adding thee to the board now at the end. Obviously, I can't do it today, but I give you a special verbal thank you, Collector Movie Man, for joining, becoming a member, y'all. It's super cheap. It's like $2 to become a member. Some people they start at $5, then they push you to 10 and 20. They just just a couple bucks to keep the lights on here and help me out because I'm still struggling. So this is nice. Yes, welcome to the membership. Steve is here. Howdy, everyone. Out in Hookland. That's right. Huck is running late. Yeah, I was a little late this morning, but I am here now. What has got Laren? What's going on, Laren? Good to see you, bud. Good morning, good morning. Look at that. Says love the costume, Huck. Thanks, man. You know, you got to rock out some Johnny Lawrence whenever you can. Oh, Draculina's here. Good morning, my darling Huck. My darlings in the chat. What up, Caprice? Bringing the love this morning. Tony, what is going on? What's up there, Steelbook crew? 1/4 of the Steelbook crew doing his thing. Would you say that there's a fourth, or are there some like sub members that, you know, count as Steelbook members? You know, obviously we got you the main four there, but Tony, good to see you here, bruh. Nope, I don't go trick-or-treating anymore. I know, right? We're a little over that. I'm getting a pizza to buy. Yeah, so I mean, what I really mean is any Halloween parties. Who goes to Halloween parties? So I'm chipping in right now, helping out over at that Spirit Halloween right now. That's right. Times are tough, y'all. Editing's in the tank. But it's funny to see all the people coming in there. What's hot? You know, speaking of, you know, Chainsaw Man and Demon Hunters and stuff like that. K-pop Demon Hunters, y'all, is the hot costume this year. Sold out in the blink of an eye. Couldn't even find them after the first week I worked there. They were just like whoosh, gone. So that's going to be huge. Hello, what's up, Sham? I thought you were. Yes, I had to keep you on your toes, right? I have the Beetlejuice over there. So if we are so inclined, halfway through, I could throw on that wig and jacket if y'all want. Tony, how are you, doll? You sound good. Thank you. In that costume, you. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. What's up, Larry? Good. Craig is here. Good morning, Craig. Getting that Caprice love, man. Mm-hmm. Look, girl, see, you just light it up. All the men get all lovey-dovey when you show up. Like, oh, it's good stuff. You know who else does that? Tiana, Bonnie. We get all kinds of good people in these chats, y'all. Sup, Adrian? What's up, Adrian James? By the way, is that a new little at Adrian James 3? I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's always said Adrian James. So we got a little extra digits on there now. Or am I just completely having a stroke? Hello, Mr. James. My darling. We get a lot of hellos and darlings and my loves. What else y'all got, man? How's everybody's weekend? You know, I look more like a young Chuck Norris. I'll take that, by the way. Whoa. It is sort of like Chuck Norris. Maybe Chuck, this is what Chuck would have done if he was like, you know, teaching at Cobra Kai, you know? Maybe Johnny Lawrence would have been so messed up if Chuck Norris was his coach instead of Crease. Hello. Let's see. Work at Spirit. I do. It's a seasonal thing. Yes. Again, this is the last week. So, you know, I just thought I'd chip in. I just walked over there. I'm like, hey, guys, use a couple of days to pop in and help. And they're like, yeah, come on in. Because it's fun. I go there all the time. You know, I feel like I know everybody already. So, yeah, they slotted me in for a couple of days. It's a lot of, man, there's so much cool swag at Spirit. I'm not lying. Especially when you get to the really good horror IP stuff. There's just like, you know, with all the masks and props and the costumes and all the extra accoutrement that goes with it, you can go broke, but you know, Huckster already is broke right now, y'all. I'm gonna bounce back somehow. We're gonna be bouncing back, I'm telling you. I'm going to Halloween Ball Friday after we take out the babies. Nice. What are you going as, my dear? What is the thing? That's right, Huck the Karate Kid. Yeah, take that. Johnny Lawrence and Daniel's son. What's Steelbook crew going to get? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to get. Do we want to know that quickly already? 16 minutes in? I tell you what, let's get some likes out here. Where are we at? Now, look. RIP to our beloved caveman. So I need somebody to, for the love of caveman, you got to keep track of that. You got to take over caveman's duties. Tell me where the likes are at, how we're doing, how we're looking. Because that's helpful for me. You know, we're trying to set a standard here, and I don't know, you know, so sometimes it's like when you pop on, just hit the like button. I'm guilty of that too. I'll jump on to friend streams all the time. I'll just be sitting there for 20 minutes and then they'll go, hey, if you haven't hit that like button yet, I'm like, oh yeah, the like button, because I came in late. So we're at 8 likes. Let's get to like I don't know, at least 10 before we find out what the Steelbook crew is going to get. So you got to let me know. Halls make pizza. Literally at work in the meeting, taking notes on my computer. I can't even listen to this with the volume on, but I can't. Sing the Huckster. Doing the Halloween for Dad. Yeah. Here we go. Leave a like. Let's do it. Leave a like Haas leaves a slice of pizza. Come on, y'all. Huck, you forgot to mention my link in the chat for my where's that going? For my I'll get to it. For now, I didn't what link? I did point out that I clicked the green thing and said you are a member. So I gave you a shout out on that. Yeah. Yeah, I gave you a shout out. I'm looking. I don't see a link of anything. Mon frere. So if you left a link, I don't think it went through. Unless you mean something else. Let me know. But I did mention you are a member. So yippee-ki-yay, brah. Which I appreciate. 4K box of Nightmare on Elm Street was released here in the UK, and the new Superman. I love that new Superman, man. Huge fan of that. But boy, I tell you what, for the 52-week challenge, it was watch a superhero movie, and I should have watched Superman again for the 4th or 5th time. But instead, I watched something else. And we will talk about that. That's right. Smash it. Yesterday they were. Okay. We're at 9. Boo. I think we're at 4:13 right now. Yes, I miss Caveman. Sup, guy? Snow White. I've got 3 dwarf outfits for the littles. Nice. And the prince outfit. Oh, that's going to be cute. I want pictures. Better see some on the old IG. Huck, do you remember Faulty Towers? Oh, heck yeah, dude. Actress Pueto Skills. Oh, that actually bums me out a little bit. Oh, Misty there for a second. I love Faulty Towers. So when I worked at PBS back in the day, back in the late 80s, I was in early 90s, I was an on-air switcher at PBS. And that, and that's where, things weren't as automated as they are now. So you'd have to switch between promos and the shows and stuff like that, and that's where I got my first taste of the Britcoms, man. So Faulty Towers, Blackadder, I mean, I was all in, and Faulty Towers was my favorite. I just thought that was so funny. It's just my kind of humor, man. And yeah, Prunella Scales was so good. That show is amazing. And there's only like 6 episodes, right? Total. It's so funny how the show system works over there in Britain, how it's not like here where it's like every year it's got to start at this time and it was 22 episodes every year. I'll be honest, y'all, to have a little TV talk with you, hashtag real talk, is I love shorter seasons now. I really do. Because especially if you love a show and it goes 10 seasons, it's 22 each. Oh my gosh, like 220 episodes. Like, that's a lot to, like, if you want to rewatch a show, but with it being shorter, like I love that Wednesday is short and The Reacher is short. You got 8 to 10 episodes. I kind of like that. But I also would like, since they have less episodes, to be able to bring the next season out the following year. Like, don't wait 2 years, 3 years. Like, I remember, I'm a big fan of the Orville. Those seasons were so far apart, especially between 2 and 3. It was like 2.5 years or something. Stranger Things, those things, I get it. There was some COVID involved in that, but sometimes it takes way too long for these really short seasons. I feel like, come on, we were able to pull it off. You got 22 episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, one of the most expensive shows to make of its time, almost $1 million each, and they churned it out, no problem. Come on, people, let's get it together. All right, it's my little TV rant. Yes, he is. Expect him now. Pop into the chat. I'm in. Oil. Wait. Oh, I see. You just, caveman just to pop in. Wouldn't that be great if you just sort of from beyond, we get a little caveman pop up? I'd be like, oh, he's here. I bet he's here, y'all. He would dig this. Caveman would dig this. He loves when I get all silly. So There you go, caveman. Get some Johnny Lawrence for you. A link for my pickups. October. I did not see that. Yeah, but anyway, I'll go look. I'll go look in our little IG chats and check it out after the show. RIP guy. Posted it again. I still don't know what you're saying, but like where did you post it in Instagram or here? Because it's clearly not here in the stuff. So, oh, is Huck a lollygagging? What are you talking about? How am I lollygagging? Although you do speak my language. You know what I'm saying? 10 likes. Huck didn't have lollygags. Huck in the house. What up, my dude? Ponto. What's up, Ponster? Going on, man? Saw your reviews, man. You just turning reviews out too. Digging them, bro. Look, I'm checking out all these original Universal horror movies, and it is so good. So I got to see what was the first one? Was The Wolfman. That was really good. Then I got to see Creature from the Black Lagoon, which was in 3D as it was back in the day. Although I think the 3D is much better now. We got the like polarized things, not the red and blue lenses from the old days, which was not very good. And dudettes, the crowd was like at least 30 people in that audience. And when it was over, they clapped. This movie's from 1954 and they clapped. I see movies today, people don't care. The movie's over, they walk out, they're disgusted or they're bored or it didn't hit them right. This one, people like, not bad. I was like, that's what I love about cinema, man, is moments like that to see a movie. What did it feel like in 1954 to sit down and watch The Creature from the Black Lagoon? And it's also funny to watch how they're put together. Like anytime the creature just popped on, they did the dun, 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 like the creature music would, and then it cut back to the other people, and then music would change. And then it would cut back to the creature, dun, 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 like, okay, we get it. It's the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, okay, dun, in your face. But it was still really good. Watched, and you'll get a lot here. Got a review coming after the show. I saw The Mummy last night, and I plan to see The Bride of Frankenstein tonight, and that will end all the viewings of the original series. I didn't get to see Dracula or Frankenstein, probably the two biggest because of my schedule. But hey, Bride of Frankenstein, often thought of as even better than Frankenstein. So at least I will get to see Frankenstein himself on the big screen, tonight. So there you go. Be on the lookout for that 11 likes. All right. Did you see how long the episodes are going to be for sure? Yeah, they're like all movies, like an hour and a half or something like each, right? They are going to be quite lengthy. And I believe the first one, when it comes out, they're going to put it in theaters for that first weekend. So I'm going. I'm all in. If I can see like that first thing on the big screen, I'm down with that. He gets more likes when he's not here. Who, me? You want me to walk off the screen and get some more likes? Let's see. I posted it on here. All right, but I don't know. Let's see. Let me look over at the YouTubes. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you're looking at the same chats I am, bud, you don't see the link either. It's all good. Just put it over there on Instagram. I'll go check it out. Boom, shakalaka. In fact, y'all just go to Collecting Movie Man's channel when we're done here and check out his new pickup review. I'm picking up Americana today for new release Tuesday. I was planning on picking up Toxic Avenger. No, Wallet doesn't have it stock. Yeah, I get, Walmart. I said Wallet. Because, yeah, my wallet doesn't have stock either. Yeah, Walmart. Was that worth picking up, Luke? Toxic Avenger? I didn't get a chance to see that. It was pretty in and out of my theater. Like, I was like, where'd Toxic Avenger go? Wow, 3 hours long. Dang, that is a marathon, y'all. But, they're just doing that instead of smaller. They could have easily figured out a way to cut that in half, because that's how the series is they go all about an hour to a little over an hour each, and then they fade out, and then you keep going. So I'm not sure why they feel the need to smash the two together into a 3-hour thing, but there you go. People gonna watch it. You know, I mean, you had a bad experience when you were a little kid, for example, like something scary. No, no, not really, not really. I had pretty good Halloweens. I will say this, Shamel. This was my bad experience. You ready? Okay, so I'd never had chocolate yet, right? But all I could see on TV were Hershey's chocolate bar commercials, right? You know, with the little rectangles, and you snap them off and give one to your friends, snap one off, pop it in your mouth. And I was like, oh man, those look good. Yeah. So of course we go trick or treating, you know, and I don't know what age, probably like 6 or 7, something like that. I'm trying to remember. That's the first one I can remember, right? So we dump all the candy out in the living room, and of course go right for that Hershey bar first. Snap it off, pop it in my mouth. Y'all, for you chocolate lovers out there, I hate to tell you, but I thought it was terrible. It was just, I couldn't stand the taste of chocolate at all. I was like, whoa. I thought it was awful, man. It was like the worst. And then so from that day on, I just hated chocolate. Now don't worry, kids. I like chocolate now. I've come around. But I also realize that I'm not just a bar chocolate guy. Like I can't just eat a bar of chocolate. It's got to have something else in it, like peanuts or caramel and peanuts, or whatever little goodies inside the chocolate to give it a little something extra, like a little texture or whatever. But just a straight up, like if you offer them, like, yeah, more for you. But growing up, I'd have to tell people I was allergic to chocolate, because if you're like a 10-year-old at a party and everybody's like, chocolate cake, I'm like, I'm allergic to chocolate. They're like, oh man, here, just have some vanilla ice cream. Then I'm like, yeah, right on. Because if you tell them you hate chocolate, then you get, you know what it's like. Then you get made fun of. You don't like chocolate? What's wrong with you? So, but it's all right. I've come around. Chocolate's good. It was not good then. So that was my bad experience, I suppose. I'm doing Universal Monster Challenge on my page. Oh, I'm going to go check it out. I'm watching 32 Days of Universal Classic Monsters. Nice. I'm on my big 7 now, but Creature's still my favorite. Girl, let me tell you, Creature was awesome. I love that they're in a different location. It's not like a spooky, moody house or the moors or outside. But the one thing, and you'll see my review right here when it comes out on The Mummy, is there's one word I describe all these Universal movies as having, and that is atmosphere. Man, it is just soaking with atmosphere, all of those movies. And they have such a great look and tone and feel to them. And Creature was cool because it was out in this lake, or where was it? I need to look at my special features again and see where that was filmed, because it's tricky. It was all out there, and the underwater photography was kind of an early version of its kind. Now we can shoot underwater. James Cameron can submerge a boat underwater, all this jazz. But back in the day, that was very tricky. And they do languish on shots a little bit, but that's okay. You got to remember, this is like, people weren't seeing a lot of underwater photography in 54, right? So it was just so cool. I like that the actress Julia Adams was a different looking lead actress. And if you saw my review of it, I kind of poked a little fun out of it. She had a different outfit on. Capri, she probably is, right? Like almost every scene she was in, she'd come up from out of the boat. She'd have a new top on, new pants or whatever. I'm like, wow, this girl has an awful lot of costume changes on that. But the guys wore the exact same thing in every shot. So, clearly they're like, we got to make this lead just look beautiful all the time, wearing cool clothes or whatever. So yeah, she was always jazzed up, sort of like Ginger Grant, on Gilligan's Island. They're on a 3-hour tour, but she brought enough clothes to constantly wear something new. But yeah, Creature's great. And obviously, if you're doing the 32 Days of Universal, there are 30 films in that big box set. So I assume you got that box set. And, check out all those Abbott Costello ones, too. They're pretty funny. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, adding a bonus day. I think the new Doctor is better. Oh, really? Well, I mean, the original was Trauma Theater, and it was low budge and all that jazz. I can see how the new one would should be better, Yeah, yeah, so hair's all bouncing all over the place. All right, let's see. Universal Classic Monsters don't get the let. No, look, they were. Let's see. I'm going to call it UPMU. There you go. The UPMU, the Universal Pictures, because that's what they were back in the day. Monsters Universe. I coined it right here. Let's go. Before any of this Marvel DC nonsense and all that jazz, yeah, man, they were doing it first. They had their universe started in 1931 with Dracula and Frankenstein in the same year. Very next year, 1932, you get the Mummy, and then they just kept on going. And man, it's such a vibe. These movies are a vibe. They're definitely a product of their time. In essence, are they super scary compared to today's stuff? No, not really. But here is the fun part. When we were watching The Creature, because they always do the dan, dan, dan every time the creature pops on, we were sitting there, and it's in 3D. So there was a little bit of that extra little pop factor. And there was a moment where like it sort of panned over and there was the creature. They hit the music, and my wife, Becky, she's like, oh, she jumps. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I kind of love that you jumped. You know what I mean? Like you weren't expecting it. I've seen these so many times. I didn't really jump because I'm used to all the music cues, but she jumped. And I was like, yeah, man. Like, see, 1954. That's what people were doing. They were jumping like that. Awesome. All right. I think we should check in on Steelbook Crew in just a second. I really like Toxic Avenger, but the new one is a bit more entertaining. Capture. All right. Cool. What's up, DVD Bonkers? And the box office weekend. All right. I get you. Meredith Media's here. Michelle, greetings, darling. How the heck are you, man? We're at 12 likes. Hey, Michelle. Love your costume. Thank you. Thank you very much. Post it on your socials. You'll take a screenshot. Ready in 3, 2, 1. There you go. That's your chance. That's your chance to take that shot, post it, and say, nice job, Huck. Or, hiya, Huck. Come on. Who's going to do it? Who's going to be the first player? I'm going to check my Instagram later today and see if somebody used that shot. There it was. I don't know what the timestamp is. It's about 30 minutes in. Go get it. Let's see. Let's see where we're at. Because then, oh my goodness. Let me get back to this here. Hold on. Meredith Media. Oh, hang on. I see something very beautiful coming up here. Have you been, Michelle? Missed your live streams? Yeah, I keep asking Ken if you guys are coming back to do some hits. Nice. Happy Halloween, Ike. You look amazing. Thank you, Tiana, and thank you. You get a special giant orange. Whoa! Yeah, whoa! Thank you, Kung Fu Chop. Girl, thank you so much. Thank you. You made my morning. All you guys, I got a new member. Got a little tip left on the table. This is fantastic. You are also caught up on your 52-week movie challenge. All right, there. We've literally teed up all the things now. I've heard what's Steelbook Crew going to get, and I've heard check the box office. Now we're doing the 52 weeks. So let's, you know what? We got this asked first. So Bob, if you would, if StreamYard is oh so inclined to let you, could you attempt to pop up the new releases for well, my goodness, well done. That was lickety split there, Bob. All right, here we go, y'all. We're going to use a little blu-ray.com today, a little bounce back and forth between this and digital bits. But here we go. We got a nice smattering of new releases as y'all scurry out to your local Walmart, as it is the only place nowadays to scurry to, that or Barnes and Noble. But all their stuff's at full price unless there's a sale going on. But here you go. In the Mouth of Madness, out from Arrow on 4K. Edward Scissorhands got a funky, fresh new steelbook. The Resurrected on 4K. Miss 45, another Arrow release. Shin Godzilla steelbook. Nightmare Alley, I enjoyed that movie. It's got a little digipack. I like digipacks. Honestly, look, I ain't lying. I like digipacks more than steelbooks. Steelbooks are always so prone to scratches, dents, dings. They come bit in half. I got a Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom literally was like this, like bent at an angle like that, like almost a 45-degree angle. I'm like, oh, who? makes you just picture, did the guy step on it and then try to pick it up and then keep stepping on it? And like, that takes a pretty good something to bend a steelbook like that. But anywho, Nightmare Alley on Digipack. Bloodstained Italy, you got Rocket Man in a steelbook, Catch 22 in 4K, Arcane Season 2, Chinese Ghost Story, got Death Wish 3, got all them Death Wishes coming out on 4K. Look at that. More versions of Shin Godzilla, like a little Scooby-Doo, Zombie Island. I like that it's Terror Time. It's even got like a banner at the top, like there it's Scooby-Doo Terror Time. They just, well, I tell you, Scooby, what a dog, man. That thing's been around since the 60s and still has massive popularity. And look, there were a lot of cartoons back in the 60s. Jetsons was one, that was one. And I think of all of those cartoons I grew up with in the 70s, right, which were all reruns from the ones in the 60s, Scooby is outlasting everything. I feel like Scooby's going to outlast things that are hot now. So what would be hot now? Like Rugrats or something like that? I think Scooby's going to outlive those. You know, like those will have a shorter shelf. Scooby will just be on forever. What do you guys think? Y'all Scooby fans? Oh, we got Scooby stuff at Spirit Halloween. Got your Saw 2 4K Steelbook. That's pretty rad looking Steelbook. The Dust Devil. Saw 3, like that would just keep on coming. That's not the last song I'm going to mention. Something called Classic Monsters with Dan Keurig. I don't know that one. Saw 4, there it is. Look, just steelbooks coming left and right. There's your Toxic Avenger. Is that the one you were shooting for, Luke? Is that steelbook? Because that is a rad looking steelbook for sure. Let's see. It's just bounce around here a little bit. Trick or Treat's getting a steelbook. Don't need that. I have the Great Arrow release with the slipcover. I'm totally happy with that. Don't need that steelbook. But if you don't have it yet and you like steelbooks, I would say grab it because that 4K transfer of Trick or Treat is fantastic. What a great movie. You should all get it. Oh, it's Dan Curtis. Oh, these are Dan Curtis things. So Monster Club. Yeah, Dan Curtis, the guy who did Dark Shadows. He did the old TV show Dark Shadows, and then he did the remake of Dark Shadows in the 90s. So I guess he has all these other ones too. I met Dan Curtis once. I think he's passed away since then, but neat guy, cool guy. I was editing stuff and he came in one day and I edited stuff for him. And of course, I retained names really well. So as soon as I saw Dan Curtis, I'm like, is that like Dark Shadows Dan Curtis? And when I realized it was, I had a book of his stuff that he signed, which is very cool. Yeah, there you go. Dan Curtis, Dead of Night, another TV show, because it says 69 to 77. So yeah, so I guess yeah, that other one too is a TV show, 68 to 74. Because again, we were talking earlier with Adrian about the British TV shows. They have different count per season, like they vary, like how many are per season, and then there could be a couple of years between them. So who knows how many episodes all those really are. All right, let's just browse through some of these. You got Student Bodies on 4K. It's a fun little flick. Commando Ninja 2. What? Get out of here with that. There's a that's a cool cover too for the Toxic Avenger. Just the 4K. Gator Bait. I remember Gator Bait back in the VHS days, y'all. Gator Bait. There's something about that cover. That was a little different, but it was, very similar. The VHS, you'd always see Gator Bait on those Blockbuster shelves, man. Sorry about the Demon Sea Fog. What is this, Halloween 3? What is that? All right, y'all, I'm going to have to click on this one. I don't know if it's going to click on you guys, but what is that? That's a weird design. Why does it look like it's like half a TV? Okay, it's the side of the TV. Okay. Shout Factory. That's okay. So it's an Amazon exclusive steelbook. So if you love Season of the Witch and you want that half TV version, go get it. All right. There's a lot here. Oh my gosh. I didn't even. Oh, okay. This is too much. We're just going to quickly. All right. Let me find that real quick. All right. That's there. We're just going to throw out a couple. We got your Island. There's the Americana. Someone said they're going to pick up. That's the one with Sydney Sweeney. There's the best Christmas pageant ever that came out last year. So look, as you can see, y'all, there's a ton of stuff. I'm not going to read off all this stuff. I'm just going to sort of now scrub all the way through. If you see something you love, scream. This is too much stuff. Good Lord, y'all. What a week. All right, there it is. All right, it's huge. As you can see, it's too much. It's too much. A lot of stuff. So of these, I would say, do I need any of these? Not really. I would love the Edward Scissorhands in 4K. I don't necessarily need the Steelbook, but of the hot titles, I'd say that In the Mouth of Madness. What else? Toxic Avenger does have me curious, though. I'll say that. So, all right. Well, there you go, y'all. That's it. That's the good stuff. That's the new stuff. What y'all get? I got to hear somebody's picking up something. I know you guys. Tony, what you getting? Tony, you're getting that Edward Scissorhands, and you're picking up that Toxic Avenger, right? Let's go. Both of those in your hand. I plan to see it later on today. Providing your store has it, of course. That's the hard time shopping these days. You never know what's out there. All right, and we're going to jump over to the, I guess we don't need that anymore, to the box office here in just a second, but let's see what else is going on here. Saying, hey, Tiana. Oh, sorry. At work. Nice. All right, well, quick in and out. Appreciate you so very much. Oh, nice. Have a good day. Steve says, think I'm going to have to pretend I'm an adult for a while. Everyone have a good day. All right, you go do that adult thing if you must. If you filmmakers, what concept do you really want to make the greatest crossover monster ever made, like Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera? I mean, the great thing about this universe, Hashem, is they did do all that. They did all those crossovers. And a lot of times it wasn't even the same. Like, Boris Karloff only played Frankenstein in 2 movies, which is Frankenstein, well, 3. Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, and Bride of Frankenstein. And then, oddly enough, Bela Lugosi played it several times after that in things like, what is it, like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman or versus meets the Wolfman and things like that. So, and he was an odd choice. I didn't like Bela as Frankenstein. Glenn Strange is a much better Frankenstein. But Bela was better in, like, he was in the Wolfman. He was the Gypsy. There you go. Now, because like when he's not Dracula, what other kind of character thing does he fit in nicely? And it's like that Gypsy character, or like it was one called the Bats or something like that. But yeah, all those crossovers were done. Although there was no Gilman crossover with anyone that I can remember, right? And the Invisible Man, yeah. Obviously, the main 3, Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, they did all the crossing overs. I don't think there was a Mummy, Invisible Man, or Gilman. And certainly not. Phantom of the Opera was such a standalone thing. Didn't even really get any sequels. So, but I don't know. I mean, I guess the greatest thing would be to just like do an Avengers, right? And get all these characters in the same movie. That would be pretty rad. I mean, that's your ultimate, right? That's the Avengers version of the monsters. Just get them all in there. Get them all there. And trying to think, is there any other little one that came out around that time you could tuck in there? That's pretty much the main ones. So, nice. Later's Mr. Moody. All right, Mr. Moody. Have a good one. Can you redo that pose again? Okay, right. All right, get ready for that pose. Again, all you gotta do is scooch back on the thing. But here you go. Pose in 3, 2, 1. There it is. It's only up for a second. And again, if you gotta go back, just hit pause on it, and then take a screenshot that way. There you go. Let's see who was able to grab a screenshot of the old Huckster and post it on IG. Have it going, yeah, man, let's pimp out this show. T. Good morning. Oh, hello, Nikki. Hello. Hiya. Indeed. Very good. Very good. All right. Now that we've reached this Kung Fu 45-minute mark, let's go ahead and let's do box office. That was the next one, I think. All right. That box office, then we'll do 52 week. All right, cool. Hold on. Let me see. Gotta make sure because... There we go. All right, Bob. Now, if you would, please, if you could pop up. Hold on. pop up the box office reports. The kids want to talk movies, so let's get it on. There it is. Let's see. Put me in the side there. No, let's do a circle. Okay. Let's talk about it. Here it is. Look at this box office weekend, man. Chainsaw Man. Like, who'd have thunk it? Chainsaw, like we said with Kelly earlier, Chainsaw Man, I feel like just kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because there's so many fans of this genre, and we did not kick out anything brand new worthy of topping it. Look at Regretting You, sitting there in the number 2 spot at 13. I mean, that's not even close. It's like 5 million difference. It wasn't even like that close. So yeah, Chainsaw handily took it. Now the thing about those though, I feel those are always very front loaded, very heavily front loaded, because the fans go out and see it, and then they kind of vanish the next week and on and on. So Regretting You, well, there you go. It came in 13.6 in the second place. Black Phone, not a bad drop, 52%, 52.8. That's good for its second week, although it's made about 48 mil, almost 49 so far. The Bruce Springsteen movie, I know, Collector Movie Man, you saw that, 8.8 mil in number 4. I didn't expect that to be very high in the first place. And Tron Area is dropping like a brick. It's on its way down. It'll be probably, I don't know, we'll guess number 8. Now, another one that I went and saw, though, over the weekend was Shelby Oaks. Okay, that is, if you guys know Chris Stuckman, he's a YouTuber like us. And I was just curious how he did, what was his big feature film directorial debut like, and I do have a review of it, so I encourage you to go seek out that review and see what my opinion was. I won't give it all away here, but I will let you know there is a review of it, and I think it's a fair review because I know a lot of other YouTubers, if they're high up there like Chris Stuckman, I feel they're a lot more favorable. Maybe they know him and they try to be a little biased, not biased, I guess, just trying to be fair, I should say. They try to be fair and say what's good and what's bad. But then there are some I can tell don't know Chris, and they just lean into it and tell and say exactly what they thought. So that's what I did because I don't know Chris. I don't want to, I want to be honest about the film, and it was good. I liked it, but there were some hangups, and you'll see what they were. But there it is, y'all. That is the big old BO, and I don't mean body odor, for the weekend. All right, let's check it out. This is what's coming up on Halloween, y'all. Now, I had the Begonia up last week because it was in limited release. Now it's going into wide, so I put that up there again. But check it out. You got your Twilight and Back to the Future. These are re-releases, y'all. I think are going to be bigger than anything new that's coming. I think, especially Back to the Future. I think if Jaws did well and Avatar did well, I think Twilight's not for me. I gave that saga a shot, and I'm not playing that game. But Back to the Future, I fully expect to see it at some point that weekend, whether it's on Friday or the weekend. But that's exciting. I think both of those are going to do better than Begonia in its wide release. Like, it came out in a very limited release this weekend in 17 theaters. That's it. So it was like number 13 on the list. So yeah, so it's down there, but this is going to be its wide release. So we'll see if people want to see weird Emma Stone still. So this director is an interesting, what is his name? Yertigo Lambius. I don't know. The names are very small on the screen, but he loves her and they do weird things together. And she got an Oscar doing his thing last year. I hope this doesn't become her norm. Like, just every movie is now with this guy, like Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. They just do all these things because I think I don't want her to get pigeonholed into doing weird stuff. But there you go. And you can tell by the poster. The poster shows weird stuff. That the trailer does not give away how insane that movie's going to be. Like, I mean, look right here on the poster. I guess her head gets shaved, but I don't recall. I also try not to watch too many trailers. I've seen the one. I don't recall her getting shaved or head shaved at all in the entire trailer. So if there's a new one out that shows that, I haven't seen it. Mm. But there you go, y'all. All right. Okay, let's just head back to you guys real quick, and then we'll pop back over for the 52-week. Oh my! Oh, this is a brutal 52-week movie challenge, y'all. This week, I did not fare well, and you'll see. Did I mark it? Ba-ba-ba. Let's get the hiya. Okay, Laren says, "Hey, Ms. Latte." Laren, okay, like I said, that director just likes to see her. Yeah, exactly, he does. Apparently, she don't mind letting her get naked. All right, y'all, let's pop back over. Let's go ahead and do it. You know, get y'all out running. We'll try to make you a short one today. But let's do it. Let's talk about my 52-week challenge. Bob, just gonna put me in the lower corner for this one. There you go. So this was a watch a superhero movie. And again, I'm trying to watch things I haven't seen or in my collection. By the way, thank God this is not in my collection. I'm just showing a Blu-ray there for graphics. What a pile is all I can say. What a POS this movie was. Oh my gosh. The only reason I watched this is because I've seen just about every superhero movie. Like all the good ones, I feel like I've seen, I've seen even the slightly offshoots like Blue Beetle and things like that. And KB had mentioned, oh, maybe I'll try Ghost Rider. I'm like, oh, you know what? I kind of like that idea. I've never seen the first Ghost Rider was okay. Liked it enough. Didn't think it was great. And the second one, all right, so look at this picture here. The cover, see how badass that motorcycle looks when it's on fire? And the main picture there. If I just watched an hour and a half of him doing stunts on a burning motorcycle, I would have liked that more than this movie. Like the bike was the best part. Anytime the bike showed up, I was like, that's a rad bike. And anytime the bike left, I was bored out of my mind. It was so bad. And look at this pedigree. So you got Nick Cage, obviously reprising his role. And Idris Elba is in here. Look, I'm convinced. I know this guy's a great actor. And he does amazing work. Like he was in Lucifer and wait, was it Lucifer? No. No. What was it called? Luther. Lucifer was the other thing. Luther. I feel like he is just struggling to do anything great in movies. Like every time I think he did like that Dark Tower and that got terrible reviews and that didn't do well. And he's in this and he was in the third Star Trek movie, Star Trek Beyond. A lot of people, thought it was the weakest of the three. And I mean, the best you could say is he's the gatekeeper in the Thor movies, but that's not a big part. He's great in it. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Idris is struggling to make a name for himself in the movies, and this does not help. However, that said, he is the best part of this film. Like, this is such a bad movie. Save yourself. If you haven't seen this, just don't freaking watch it. Don't waste. It was only like, I don't know, like an hour and 39 minutes. It was the longest hour and 39 minutes I've sat through. Oh man. Yeah. And the two bad guys you see at the bottom there. So the one on the left is the devil, right? The, older dude with the coat on. That's the devil that gave Nick Cage his powers, and he's beholden to him via the curse. And then this other guy starts out as sort of a normal, good-looking dude, and then he gets sort of cursed into that look, which is, I'm not sure why he's got to look like that. Like Nick Cage still looks like Nick Cage when he got his curse. So it's just, yeah. And Idris Elba, his thing is, he tries to take Johnny Cage and purge him of the curse. So he takes him to this place with monks and they sort of, chant the curse out of his body. And then it becomes a little bit of Superman 2. We've all seen Superman 2, right? And look, it's been 40 years. So no spoilers. I mean, I'm going to just say it. I'm going to spoil Superman 2. It's even in the trailer, y'all. He gets rid of his powers, right? He goes into the chamber. The sun goes off and he steps out and he's human because he wants to be with Lois Lane. And then he realizes that Zod and the other Kryptonians have landed on Earth, creating havoc, and now he has no way to stop them because he's not Superman anymore. And so he has to figure out a way to get his powers back. That's exactly what happens in this movie. Idris Elba takes away his curse, and of course, at the end, Devil shows up with his little bad guy there, and Johnny can't do nothing. Johnny Blaze can't do nothing. So he somehow gets his powers back. It's stupid how he gets his powers back, and then I don't know. He wins, whatever. It was awful. This movie. I mean, I just gave it a 1 for Idris Elba. Like, I don't know. Can you actually not put a star on a movie? I guess you can. You can just hit like. But see, I didn't want to hit the like heart because I didn't like the movie. Sometimes I can give a movie 2 stars and still say I liked the movie. I just give it a low ranking. But this got 1 star with no heart. And I don't think there's any other movie on my list except maybe Barbarella. I gave 2 stars and a like because of its hokiness, but that was a bad movie too. I don't care what anybody says. People are like, oh my God, Barbarella's great. No, it is not great. It is not great. But this is awful. This is about as bad as a movie gets. So I tortured myself. I should have just watched James Gunn's Superman again because I love that movie. But I've seen it 3 or 4 times. And so I gave this pile a shot and I regret every second of it. Don't do it to yourselves, kids. But here we go. And week 44 coming up next is going to be watch a Sylvester Stallone movie. Now, again, I'm a big Stallone fan and I've seen a lot of his stuff. Bob Wingoful's great now. Thank you, Bob. I've seen a lot of his movies, except there's one I have in my collection that I found at a swap meet that's been sitting here. I even have it in the sale back pile because I still haven't watched it. Has anyone here seen Bullet to the Head? It's a Stallone movie called Bullet to the Head. Now, I watched the trailer for it, and it looks good. It does look good. So I'm deciding to make that my Stallone movie because, again, all the other Stallone movies I've seen. Even some obscure stuff like Shade. If y'all haven't seen Shade, that's back in the day when like playing poker, making poker TV shows and poker movies and all these things was hot. He's in that. He's not even the lead, but he's very cool in that movie. So, and I bought that a while ago. So, and I haven't watched it. I've seen the movie on TV, but I haven't watched my Blu-ray copy. But I haven't seen Bullet to the Head. So I am on the fence that will be the one I watch. So what are y'all going to watch? Come Stallone, are you going to go for the gold and go for like Rocky or First Blood or, one of his cool action things like Daylight and Demolition Man and Cliffhanger and things like that? Or are you going to try to watch maybe one of his ones you haven't seen? Or even if you haven't seen Copland, I will say this. If you have not seen Copland, watch that. That is his right up there with his Rocky performance. That performance is one of his best dramatic performances. I have thought he was going to get an Oscar nomination for that. But yeah, Jeff, you're going to watch Cobra. I have that down here as well. Sorry. Again, I do all this talking in the morning. I haven't spoken yet. So yeah, sorry. I'm just sort of peeking up at the comments. Let's see. And so you got the Laren. Let's see. Like I said, that director just like, oh, I said that already. Hey, Jeff is here. Sorry I'm late. I watched Brightburn for my superhero. A little bit of no, not really. I like that. I like that sheet. That's really good. No, it's a superhero movie. It's just not Marvel DC. I mean, you could also say, what's the one where they're flying around and that guy that was in the Andrew Garfield, he was the Norman Osborn. He was in that. It was like a superhero movie, but that he like turns evil at the end, and it's not anything. Why am I drawing a blank on that? What's the name of that, y'all? It's not Brightburn. I feel like it starts with a C. Can't remember. But that guy that played Norman Osborn in that was in that movie. Yeah, I mean, those are all superhero movies, just not regular ones. If people do powered things, like you could even say the Miss Peregrine's School of Gifted Children, that's a superhero movie. 100%. Gosh, should have watched that too. Oh my God, I watched the worst one. But yeah, Brightburn's cool. It's very like Homelander. Reminds me of The Boys. It's like not good, y'all. I did week 41 makeup prosthetics with the Whale. Perfect. Remake. You did Clash of the Titans. Ooh, good one. Superhero Batman with Robert Pattinson. See, you picked a good one, man. I mean, I've seen that one. I've seen that movie. Again, I just tried to never again, man. I should have known. No, I should have known. Ghost Rider. Neither one of look, if that comes out in a sweet 2-pack, I won't even buy it. I just won't watch those movies again. They have no rewatchable value. It's like now that they're done, they're done. I don't need to go there again. Is only redeemable to watch it. No, no. No, sorry, Jeff. There's nothing redeemable. I can watch that in 3D. Doesn't matter. It was so awful. Like maybe if I watched it in 3D, I'd maybe given it 2 stars, and that would have been for the 3D. I get you though. I get you trying to give it some sort of hope, but yeah, I'm gonna watch Cobra. That's good. Oh, you've never seen it? See, that's a good shot, man. That's a good choice. It's a good choice. I haven't seen it in a long time either. That's to me. I have the Arrow Cobra. I haven't cracked it open. I haven't watched it yet. So for me, it is between that and Bullet to the Head. So, okay, so do I watch the Arrow release because I bought this nice release, paid good money for it? Or should I watch Bullet to the Head, which was I found at a thrift store for $4, but I've never seen it before. I don't know. Maybe I'll try a Stallone double feature and then take my pick. Probably going to watch Daylight. No, dude, look, Daylight is great. I'm not even going to lie. Daylight is one of my favorite Stallone movies, maybe even top 5. Like, I just think it's well paced. Rob Cohen directs it. It's the same guy who did first Fast and the Furious. He did Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. It's fantastic. I love Daylight, man. Love it. What's up, Michael? What's going on, bro? Let's see. On Halloween, I'm watching Hush because I picked up 4K. I finally watched Hush for the first time. It was on streaming, and I hadn't watched it, and mostly because I know a lot of people raved about it. Didn't really have the money, even during the sales, to pick up the 4K. So I'm like, well, let me just watch it. Make sure it's worth, because how many of us have been burned when you do a blind buy? I try not to blind buy anymore unless I was doing swap meets where I can blind buy it $3 or $4. That's worth it to me. But a $27, $30 blind buy, I don't play that game anymore. So I try to at least watch it. And yes, Hush was fantastic. I liked it. I know my boy Tim Vince, he raves about Hush. So he is correct. I will say that Hush was great. Yeah, yep, I know. But a lot of times you have to separate the artist from the reality, because if I don't, then a lot of my favorite movies are gonna go away. So I hear you. Anime Chainsaw, I know, right? So did you go see Chainsaw? Yeah, I think it was number 1. I talked to my theater owner when I went and saw my movie last night, The Mummy, and he was like, "Yeah, Chainsaw." His theater was not popping though with Chainsaw for some reason, because for whatever reason, Chainsaw, while it wasn't promoted heavily, when it was promoted, they were promoting premium screens. So like IMAX 4DX, Dolby, all those premium seats. So people went to our bigger theater, which has those premium screens, and they went and saw it there. So he just had a regular 2D showing at his theater. He only really does the 2D screenings or 3D if they have the glasses, but he doesn't have an IMAX or anything special in his theater. And that's why it's a very a well-loved theater. It's just families go there. It's not a lot of frills. A lot of people that go to that cinema don't want to pay or don't have the money to pay all that extra money for the IMAX or for the 4DX or all that. They just want to see the movie. It's like us, when you buy the movie, is it going to be Blu-ray, 4K? Is it a crunchy, chunky box? In the end, it doesn't matter. You just want the movie to look and sound great in the end. So that's what a lot of people go to his theater for. So we're at 18 likes. Well, we're almost wrapping this up. Hopefully we'll get to 20. Oh, let's go. Slap it. Come on. Kung Fu. Cobra Kai that sucker. Be a roundhouse kick it. Do something. Punch it a couple of times. No, don't do it a couple of times, because if you do it a couple of times, it takes it off. You go like, and then it takes it off. So if you punch it multiple times, it's got to be odd numbers. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that like button on there. But yeah, man, get us to 20 before we sign off. Come on, everyone. Let's get it up to 20. You got to Kung Fu chop it. Combined tickets on Friday for the new Running Man. Oh yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. So yeah, let's pontificate, shall we, about what's coming up that's going to challenge this box office. And really, you got your Prey sequel coming out, so Predator Badlands, which looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, that could be a fun popcorn movie. The fact that it's from a predator's point of view, giving him a little bit more of a, I don't know, for lack of a better term, a humanity, a personality than just, a hunter killing machine. It's like it looks like we're gonna get what is it like when you become a predator that gets sent on the hunt. Apparently he's like a runt, he's not like, humongous like all the other ones. So I guess he's dumped on this planet where everything can kill you. Finds that little robo chick, with the half torso, half body. So that's coming out next week. Not this Friday, but after that. And then after that, we get the Running Man. I think the Running Man is going to be huge. Glenn Powell, look, he's a dreamboat right now. He's very popular. So yeah, I think that's going to do pretty well. What y'all going to do? Anybody going to go see either one of those? You got your Predator Badlands or, yeah, Running Man. I think they're both on my list. All right, let's wrap this up, y'all. Let's wrap this pony up. I think I was the first person to post a photo of you on your guys. You probably were. Noise. All right, I'll be on the lookout. Yeah. Well, guys, this was a lot of fun. The Halloween edition of the Morning Mug. I hope you all had a good time this morning. It's always a pleasure talking to y'all. It's fun to get all, dressed up and geeked out a little bit and have some fun. But yeah, man, get out there. Get out there today. Have a splendid Tuesday, a great rest of your week, a fantastic Halloween if you're going to go out and do Halloween parties or dress up or anything like that. And have a great weekend. And yeah, Running Man. You are welcome, man. Thank you. And thank you for becoming a member, my friend. You are the best. But that is going to do it for today, y'all. Thank you so much for checking out the Morning Mug. It's always a pleasure coming to you every Tuesday, bringing you all this box office, new release, 52-week movie challenge, and all kinds of other good chit-chat that you guys provide. That's it for today, y'all. Have a fantastic rest of your week. And we'll see you next week. Bob, if you will, please, the members. To all my cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. I'll see you on the next one.